please get those mics green? Thank you.
Rich, how are you?
All right, that clock has struck 30. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Good evening to everybody here in chambers, as well as to those that are tuning in via our online or cable broadcast options. Clerk Tomasic, can you please kick us off with the roll?
Schumate.
Here.
Cox.
Here.
McNabb.
Here.
Molnar. Valentine.
Here.
Walden.
Here.
Wood. Here.
Is there a motion to excuse absent member Molnar?
Motion to excuse Councilman Molnar.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Clerk Tomasic, please call roll.
Cox.
Yes.
McNabb.
Yes.
Schumate.
Yes.
Valentine.
Yes.
Walden.
Yes.
Wood. Yes.
Council and members of public, in front of you and posted via public notice is this evening's city council agenda. We had 3 items come in as requested additions to the agenda. I'll go through those items one by one, be requesting a motion to add if you so chose. Item number 1 is coming from John, sitting to my left, and that will be a addition to, let's see here, his report, and we will call it item E under his report. And the item E would be asphalt seal coating and crack fill at the Gibraltar Cemetery. Do we have a motion to add item E under DPW Director Sant's report, asphalt seal coating and crack fill at the Gibraltar Cemetery?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Cox, is there a second?
Second.
Second by McNabb. Any discussion on that matter? Clerk Tomasic, please call roll.
McNabb.
Yes.
Schumate.
Yes.
Valentine.
Yes.
Walden.
Yes.
Wood. Yes. Cox.
Yes.
Great. Motion carried. So John, you'll have that as item E under your report. Additional item from John is a motion to approve an invoice for downriver bus repair for repairs done on the DPW 2018 Ford pickup truck. Do we have a motion to add that as item F under DPW Director Sant's report?
Motion for item F.
Motion from McNabb. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second from Walden. Council, any other discussion on that matter? Clerk Tomasic, can you please call roll?
Schumate.
Yes.
Valentine.
Yes.
Walden.
Yes.
Wood. Yes. Cox.
Yes.
McNabb.
Yes.
Motion carried. So DPW Director Sant, you now have items E and F added to your agenda. Is there a motion to seat Councilman Molnar?
Motion to seat Councilman Molnar.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Clerk Tomasic, please call roll.
Schumate.
Yes.
Valentine.
Yes.
Walden.
Yes.
Wood. Yes. Cox.
Yes.
McNabb.
Yes.
Molnar.
Yes.
Motion carried. All right, with that, we will turn it over to actually our city attorney who has the final third proposed addition to the agenda. And that would be under your report.
I'm going to request in my section a motion by council to approve the city attorney's office to hand over a draft of the forensic audit to the special investigator for their ongoing investigation.
Do we have a motion to add that as item A for city attorney's report?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by McNabb, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Cox, and Clerk Tomasic, just want to make sure you have that language. Please restate.
It's a long one.
It will be a motion to request city council to approve my office to hand over the draft forensic audit report to the special investigator to continue their investigation.
Okay.
We have a motion, we have a second. Any discussion on that matter, council? And Clerk Tomasic, once you finish capturing that accurately, we'll have you call roll.
Valentine.
Yes.
Walden.
Yes.
Wood. Yes. Cox.
Yes.
McNabb.
Yes.
Molnar.
Yes.
Schumate.
Yes. Great. With that, we have an approved agenda. So just to recap, we'll have 2 items as E and F under DPW Director Sant, and then City Attorney, you'll have that additional item A under your report. With a approved agenda, or a modified agenda, is there a motion to approve the agenda as modified?
Motion to approve the agenda is modified.
Motion by Walden, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Wood. Any discussion on this evening's agenda, recognizing those three additions? Clerk Tomasic will have you call roll whenever you are ready.
Walden.
Yes.
Wood. Yes. Cox.
Yes.
McNabb.
Yes.
Mulner.
Yes.
Schumate.
Yes.
Valentine.
Yes.
All right, with an approved agenda, it's time for the floor to be given to our public. So for any members of public that wish to address council, make sure you step up to that podium and make sure that light is green.
29775 Point Drive, Dennis Bosmer. Just want to bring to the attention of council, we have a next blood drive is coming up, November 14th. So Friday, November 14th, 10:30 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. First part of the morning is filling up, which is great. I think right around 11:30 we have some openings in that. So yeah, Gil Talbert Community Center, Friday, the 14th of November. Thanks to Katie for putting it on the city Facebook page and the city website. I really appreciate that. Just ask you to come out, make an appointment. I can book them if you want help. I can do that for you, help out. Love to have you all come out and support our fellow residents. And my last donation went to the Children's Hospital in Indiana. You never know where you're going to go help any fellow American. So thanks for your time.
Thank you so much, Dennis.
All right, good evening. Brandon Dix, 30664 Bayview Drive. I'm here tonight, and I usually don't have to read off papers, but I'm a little bit upset. I'm here tonight to discuss the lies, defamation of character, and slander by Councilman Valentine on September 8th, this past meeting. This is not about him speaking up. In fact, I welcome that, as I'm a huge fan of our Constitution and the First Amendment rights to speak in public. I also believe any opposing views are needed in organizations and governments to help mold the country or whatever you're sitting on. Councilman Valentine made it known he did not want to see me on the DDA or the treasurer position that Fonte has in the past. I totally respect his views, and again, it's his right to do so. However, what you cannot do is manufacture lies while expressing your opinion, and that is what he did and what I find abusive, illegal, and opens the book for litigation to himself and the city of Gibraltar. Valentine is free to call me any name of the book, make fun of my name, oppose my views, whatever he wants. But the path he decided to take was to broadcast to the public outright lies in his deceptive statements with the sole intent to destroy my character from that chair right there. Here's verbatim what he stated. We could also play the video again if you want. I think it's disgusting. Accused of making sexual, explicit, abusive comments to one of the female staff. Never happened. Never happened did I make any sexual abusive comment. I also take issue with the word accused. Maybe the attorney could correct me if I'm wrong. Definition of accused: a person or group of people who are charged with or on trial for a crime. I don't believe there's any crime that taken place, but he wants everyone to think there was. Next statement: made comments about parts of her body. No clue where that comes from, man. No clue. I don't know how you manufactured that. But maybe you could correct me and tell me what I said or what was said. I don't think you're going to speak tonight. So after the meeting, multiple people approached me on Facebook and out in public. In fact, I was at the car show in Gibraltar, which I think had the nicest cars. Dorothy, I know you like my tractor.
Yes.
One of the residents who did walk up actually asked me what sexual abusive comments was I arrested for, and who did I make those comments that I assaulted? Disgusting. Just to make it clear to the listening public as of now, no arrests, no criminal acts, or no court dates have taken place, although this is what Councilman Valentine stated in his rebuttal and wants you to believe. Again, disgusting lies, if you ask me. I'm not sure if you fabricated that, such untruthful verbiage, or you heard it from others, but either way, it's disgraceful and, again, slanderous on my person. And I think a few of you up here have pushed this false narrative about whatever was said for a while now, and you guys really need to stop. And I know that people know who they're talking about, because I think when the depositions come, it's really going to come out. Personally, I believe it's time for you to step down. The city of Gibraltar cannot afford its representation to make slanderous, vengeful statements that could eventually end up in litigation and potential lawsuits against his person and the great city of Gibraltar. I believe the council needs to have a discussion on this disgusting and outright lies by Valentine, and there should be some repercussions. In the future, I'll also be seeking legal advice at council about this situation. Questions? Comments?
No, I appreciate you coming up here and speaking to us. I know we haven't spoke since then. Despite that, we have a friendship, and it hasn't been something that we've even touched base on. I think it was incredibly just narrow-minded and just abusive for a council person to make comments like that. Councilman Valentine knows better, and it's very disappointing to see him use his voice up here on our stand to spout deceit. So I'm disappointed.
I mean, actually, I think me and the Councilman Valentine are a little bit alike. I'm glad he speaks his mind. I'm the same way. Of course, I've been pooped on for doing it many times, but I'm still going to speak my mind. And thank you for saying that, I don't see it the way you does or how he explained it, because it shouldn't have been explained. What started out with a little joke, which some people took offensive, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said it, but it wasn't against the law. As in my First Amendment speech, before I know it, now we still got all this continued lie going on. But it's not the same lie. Now it's sexual assault people are asking me about because of statements like that.
It's
That's
disappointing,
uncareful.
and when any of us speak up here, we speak in our position as council people or whatever our roles are up here on behalf of the community, on behalf of the city entity, the organization. We have to be careful what we say.
Sure.
We have to be careful because we're speaking in a formal role, and it's one of the reasons why we have to think before we speak, and it's very disappointing. I'm glad you got an opportunity to speak your mind up here today, and hopefully Councilman Valentine will acknowledge his shortcoming, and he'll speak up and apologize to you, and we can all move on as adults.
I would like that. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Are there any additional members of public that wish to address council this evening?
Rick Sheridan, Rick's Boat Service, 28719 North Gibraltar Road. Early in June, Katie said she needed $75 for our business license fees to be bumped up, tripled. So it was amazing because 2 days after you guys voted on it, we had a letter in the mail already tripling our fees. So I came down and paid it. I think it was on the 10th. My check was cashed on the 20th. And I still haven't received a license. It's been 3 months. Is there a problem? I mean, so my check was cashed. Did I fail something? Is my paperwork okay?
As far as I know, it's all okay. We've been working very closely with the building department, and they've been doing their process for inspections and fire inspections, so they've been making their way down the list for all the business licenses.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
I'm confused on the business licenses. Maybe we can have the attorney take a look into this. We've never had full reviews, nor is there a requirement in our charter code of ordinances that I can understand that ask for a full review of every business license to provide fire, building, safety, what's being brought to our attention this round of business licenses, nothing we've ever understood to have been present before, and I don't believe it's within the readings of the ordinances.
I know that was an item that council had reviewed and approved, but we can absolutely take that as a follow-up discussion.
What was a review and approved?
Our business license application and process and the fees.
Not the process,
increase.
just the fees were brought up.
So, our ordinance does state that it has to be in compliance with fire regulations, so that is a big thing that hasn't been looked at in past years, and that's what we're trying to get in compliance with now.
And that's what I'm asking our attorney to take a look at, because I don't think that we're reading that correctly. I think that it says certain types of businesses are subject to further review for these items, not every single business license. In my reading of the ordinance, it's specific to brothels and things of that nature, or where they ask for increased background information. There's nothing that indicates any other type of business requires this further enhanced review.
Thank you. And City Attorney, you were consulted on that, but we'll make sure you get a deep dive opportunity to look at all the paperwork and make sure we're aligned with the ordinance language.
Okay, is that what council wants me to do?
Can I add something?
Absolutely.
So I've been there for 23 years now. And prior, the chief of police, our fire chief, has come there probably at least 10 times and checked my facility. Fire extinguishers, marked exit lights, stuff like that. So they have been checked before, but it never took 3 months.
Absolutely. And I appreciate you for sharing your personal experience. We can follow up with the building department on that specifically. Yeah, absolutely. Are there any other members of the public that wish to address council this evening? All right, well, we'll have another public comment before we adjourn. So if you did not get a chance to say anything for council up front, we'll have another opening before we adjourn this meeting. With that, we will close public comment if there's no further comment, and we will head to our consent agenda. Council and members of public, we have items A through J in our consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve item A through J in consent agenda?
Motion to approve items A through J on the consent agenda.
We have a motion by Walden. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Wood. Council, any discussion on this matter? Clerk Tomasic, please call roll.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulner?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes.
Valentine?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
Motion carried. At this time, we do not have any communications this evening, so that will turn it over to my report. I know that we have been through quite a process. Nate, I'd maybe ask if you want to come up to the podium now as we enter item A, which is our city administrator. I want to give Nate an opportunity to address council with any comments he may have, but just to take a step back, I want to profusely thank Double Hall Solutions for your partnership. I know, Nate, you have a great team, and we got to interface with a lot of your team members throughout the process. From the beginning of laying out a plan that was both thorough yet time-sensitive, to have a robust set of applicants that came in beyond what we had previously captured in our prior application processes, to have a very thorough and well-thought-out approach to the interview, not only from a content but a structure perspective, with your team supporting those processes and making sure that we were very fair balanced in not only the content but the way we approach each candidate. To the offline work you did with our department heads and our city personnel beyond the voting members of council to ensure that they had a chance to interact with the candidates and provide their voice through the survey methodology in partnership with Clerk Tomasic. I just want to profusely thank you. I personally really enjoyed the experience. I thought it was very constructive and very well done, and it's a reflection of you and your team. So just thank you up front.
You're welcome. Happy to do it.
If you would like to address council with any comments, I have some thoughts to segue to, but I don't know if you have anything you want to open up with up front.
No, really, all I would say is appreciate the opportunity to support you all with the biggest decision an elected body gets to make. I know you are looking for candidates that, someone that can bring some stability and support this community to move forward. You have 4 very different candidates that I think are strong in their own ways. Ultimately, it's up to this body to determine who's going to be the best fit for what you all need. You have the information in front of you, I believe, of the 4 finalists that were selected at the, how was that, a week ago, Monday. If there are any questions, I'm happy to help assist in any way you might need.
And I just want to really segue by stating that based on review of all the information that we had, including the feedback from all of our interview processes amongst those 7 candidates, the subsequent selection of the finalist candidates, I know that Nate had provided within your packet and sent via Clerk Tomasic some information around the importance of council considering, if we feel like we're in a place to do so, a conditional offer of employment, for which Nate Double Hall could work with our attorney to make sure that they negotiate an agreement that obviously would need to come back to council for review. I'll just speak from my perspective that my recommendation would be to pursue a conditional offer to Rachel Witherspoon. The offer that I'm recommending that council considers to motion is based off the collective data, not only from the interview process, but the follow-up recordings that you were able to provide that helped us detect a little more information to drive our decision amongst the 4 finalists, as well as the broader support of information that was provided through the survey and department and personnel interface. I think Rachel would make an excellent city administrator for the city of Gibraltar. And council, the motion language that Nate had put forth was a conditional offer of employment for the role of city manager to Rachel Witherspoon, and authorizing Double Hall Solutions to work with the city attorney, Anthony, and Rachel Witherspoon, and Nate from Double Hall to negotiate proposed terms of employment to be reviewed and approved by the city council. So council, I'd be looking for that motion for the appointment of Rachel to be our next city administrator.
I gladly make that motion.
We have a motion by McNabb. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Wood. Council, any discussion on this matter?
Yeah, firstly, I'd like to echo the mayor's sentiment on Double Hall and their role in all of this. You made the process seamless, and it made it pleasurable. And again, I'm going to echo the mayor as well. When it come to who I was looking at as candidates, I really narrowed it down to Rachel and Leslie, and I want to add emphasis that if I were to make a motion, it would be for Rachel as well, solely based on her commitment to the city. You know, she's the one candidate that you could tell had pride in this city. I don't know that we necessarily talked about it with any of the candidates, but as far as what their vision is in carrying the city forward and what they want to see done for the city, I think she would have our best interest at heart. So that being said, I support this decision.
And I want to just add, coming off of Justice, one thing that I thought was really important that we acknowledge is we ended up with an incredible pool of candidates. I think we all speak for each other when we say that the finalists of the four especially were all phenomenal in their own ways, and I know we'll have great chapters in front of us, so it's a tough decision to have to make, but I just want to acknowledge that this wasn't a matter of deficiency amongst the four finalists. There was a lot of very strong talent, expertise, experience, differential considerations, and just want to thank the other candidates for their time and efforts, because I know the process was quite thorough.
Appreciate that.
And I'd like to add that, you know, in the past, we talked about how important it is to have a unanimous decision in this and show support. This is one that's organic. It's very organic. I think that we all supported Rachel and seen her passion come through and her energy. So I think that when it's organic, it's, I believe that that's the sentiment that we have up here, and I think that's pretty important.
Well said. Any other discussion on this matter? All right, well, Clerk Tomasic will have you call roll whenever you are ready.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulnar?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes.
Valentine?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Motion carried. Rachel, I'm sure you're listening. We are incredibly excited for you to work through the process of finalizing an agreement so that we can have you in this City Hall operation, and the future is bright together. Just thank you so much.
Absolutely. Just want to note, at least, especially for the public's benefit, you never know what to expect when you get into a search process of the candidates that are going to apply and come down and make it through to the end. And I got to tell you, I was real happy with what we were able to present with you all. I think Rachel definitely is going to be very excited to hear this offer, and I will be calling her right after I walk out this door, and I'll start making phone calls to our other candidates. I would just remind everybody, and I'll remind our candidates, that it's not done until it's done. We need to get an employment agreement in place. I appreciate City Attorney meeting him this evening so we could just start talking and getting that relationship built. So I will be in touch, and I'll keep you guys informed along the way.
Thank you. It was a very thorough process. Thank you.
Thank
Nate,
you.
phenomenal job to you and your team.
Appreciate
We
it.
look forward to being in touch, because obviously, like you said, the journey's not done.
Nate, hold on one second. Mayor, do you mind? The next process, if things are worked out, what's your commitment so the public knows that I think you have a carry-on here for seating her in position for a while?
The scope of work that was approved here was to basically get you through the appointment process. So we're gonna make sure you have an approved agreement. And our basic search it includes 3 months of executive coaching, so that's at a bare minimum. If you ultimately get into this further, whether it's through the negotiation process or further conversations, Rachel knows what we do. She knows our executive coach. If you all decide that you want something more or different, all you gotta do is make a phone call or text or email.
So we still have a relationship for another 3 months.
100%, yeah. Yeah.
Excellent, thank you.
Thank you, Nate.
All right, take care, guys.
Well, council, very exciting moment, and that will take me to administrative updates. Within your packet, you have the comprehensive strategic priority list with key items in bold. I won't go into that in any exhaustive detail, but before I get there, just want to start with a few key items. First and foremost, I think it's always important to recognize and appreciate our people that make it possible. And so I just want to give a special shout out to our fire department, under the leadership of not only Sergeant Schaefer, but broadly Fire Chief Simon, and ultimately Director of Public Safety Bullard. Just thank you. And here's what I wanted to call out specifically, and why I led with that was I got a very, very kind note from our Huron Township Supervisor Peer. And after doing a little background information gathering, I wanted to make sure I could celebrate in totality, really, the people that make that possible. Our downriver community, generally speaking, I think does a great job of collaborating with fire department and police. And I thought this was just an extreme case example. The note I won't read in totality, but I just want to acknowledge that it's related to September 9th. Our Gibraltar Fire Department was dispatched on an auto aid structure fire to 36453 South Huron River Drive in Huron Township. And I just want to give a very special shout out to 4 individuals: Sergeant Jones, firefighter Johnson, firefighter Eshelman, and firefighter Zooks. I know that Sergeant Schaefer and Sergeant LaFleur remain in Gibraltar to cover our calls and make sure that we can continue to service our community. But it was a great example of an unsolicited note from one of our neighbor leaders around the amazing job that Gibraltar Fire Department did and stepped up to support our neighbors. And just a huge shout out to the fire department. I know that's only a selective set of names in one day, but every single day matters, and the people that make it possible, we are very grateful for. So just thank you to your department. And I know there was another fire in our own community that will be addressed later. And just again, a big appreciation to our police and our fire for all the work you do to keep us safe and to reach across our borders to support our neighbors every day. Thank you. Before we get to the next item, which is our time card policy, I want to make sure that people have the background. So the time card policy, council, will be in front of you for your next council meeting for your review. A couple things have been done since my last update on there. Just to kind of give you a little backdrop, with all of our new PACE systems and the incorporation of technology and managing payroll and timesheets across different departments, I had my first meeting with the DPW Teamsters Union to make sure I got their alignment on the core structure of the policy. And then I'll be speaking to Director of Public Safety Bullard and others to make sure that we close the entire loops of having collective feedback represented. And council, you'll see that policy come in front of you for our next council meeting for your review and approval. The next item I wanted to flag is we need, and we just appointed a city administrator, but we really need RFPs out for city planner, for our ETS, which is our IT, as well as keep in mind that we did appoint AEW as our interim engineer, but we're gonna need to RFP that work more broadly for our engineering services. So one of the priorities we'll need to make sure we work through is the RFP processes for key professional services. Just wanna make sure that I flag those 3. And then the last thing is just on our strategic priority updates. I think we're making great progress across all fronts. At a high level, you'll see captured in the bold advancements. John, just a big shout out to you. Big shout out to Treasurer Fonte. A big shout out to many of the department heads and council members that have leaned in. Every single priority that we have, we are advancing across the board. I know we discussed water and some of the water loss percentage drops to now 13%, which is a huge win. We're now phasing that project. So in addition to now dropping our water loss from 30+% to 13%, we're phasing that to metered and unmetered usage, as well as the accounting behind our operation. Ultimately, the goal is to make sure our water bills are as low as possible and we are driving savings, and that we can make sure we repair what is, in many cases, outdated infrastructure that needs work. And that's a good segue to the West Jefferson water main, which I know John and team are cranking on that project. So I won't go into exhaustive detail, but at the end of the day, we're hitting on all fronts. I know asphalt and road repairs, including cement work, were a key need, and John has got the ball moving on all those fronts. So just thank you to John. I know we'll talk about a lot of that. So council, any questions or specific areas you want to call out for discussion on our strategic priority list? All right. Well, that will close my administrative updates report, and I would like to turn over to our council reports. Councilman Valentine, the floor is yours for 33rd District Court.
Well, recently, the 33rd District Court approved an application for a waiver and plan regarding the retirement health benefit systems. That's all I have.
Thank you. Any questions for Councilman Valentine?
Is that the, I'm sorry, was that the thing we have on the agenda and new business? For this, for Gibraltar too?
Yeah, it's on there.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Any further questions for Councilman Valentine? Councilman Wood, you want to take us to Beautification and Historical Museum?
Yes, okay. We have, beautification is getting ready for fall. We're starting to decorate with mums and hay so far. We have some of that put out, thank you. October 11th is our cleanup day, 9 until noon, and we're always looking for volunteers for that. There is a pizza lunch and everything for all the volunteers, and there is a dumpster out here for residents who need to get rid of larger items. And I'd just like to mention, now that I'm talking about the dumpster, the recycling. I would like for people to please, please, please flatten all of the boxes that you put in there. Some of them are so huge, it takes up half of the space. And so people, can't actually recycle the things that they want to recycle. So please flatten all of the boxes, no styrofoam or plastic bags, please. Does not go in the recycling. If you have anything like that and you want to get rid of it, there'll be a dumpster out here October 11th. You can get rid of all of that. That's it for beautification, and the Historical Museum will be open on Sunday, October 5th, from 2 to 4, and that's all I have.
Thank you. Any questions for Councilman Wood? Councilman Cox, you want to take us to Planning and DDA?
Okay, thank you. For the Planning Commission, we did a sign review for Riverside Townhomes. They brought back a approved sign with the requested nautical themes attached to it where they weren't following that directive before. So thank you for being proactive and bringing that before us. Other new business was a consideration of a concept coffee shop drive-through where the old Sunseekers building is. So we have the McKenna, our planner, reviewing those documents to offer more information to the commission. Another item on the Planning Commission was shared parking for Captain Jim's and Humbug Marina. Again, that's an item that we've requested McKenna to research, review, dig a little deeper into what the request is, and then provide that information to the commission. So I'll have updates on that once it's provided. On to the DDA. We received and filed the amended budget. We adopted a resolution, or there was a request for adopting a resolution for approving additional projects through the bond fund. So I think you'll hear from Amy later in the meeting about that. The commission did approve that to go back out for advertising and to show the public what projects we're looking at to add to the bond projects. We awarded the City Hall complex exterior painting, and we also refunded the facade program in the DDA. So we're going to be looking for requests for grants for those facades, along with the backup that would be needed to facilitate those grants. So that's my update.
Yeah, well said. And I think the facade, just for a sub-bullet of that, was an inquiry that came in related to a mural on the car wash. And an opportunity to explore that from a facade perspective. And Councilman Cox and the commission members had really pulled up some of the historical data where there had been historical examples of unlocking those funding. So the funding was unlocked through the commission to make sure we could explore opportunities to fund projects just like that, which is a really cool aesthetic improvement opportunity for the downtown area as we develop. So thank you, Councilman Cox. Any questions for Councilman Cox? All right, Councilman McNabb, floor is yours.
Mayor and council. The ADW Schools for Clean Water contest, I delivered all the paperwork to Parsons, Shoemate, and Carlson, due to be turned in by September 30th. I hope things go well there for them. There's a little bit of money involved in prizes. And I believe that's my only report, nothing at the waterways at this point. Thank you.
Awesome. Any questions for Councilman McNabb? All right, Councilman Wilnar, floor is yours.
Excuse me, Mayor?
Yeah.
Before you leave, do we have a timeline or anything with the
harvester.
weed harvester.
Yeah. Councilman McNabb, you want me to take that, or do you want to take that?
Timeline,
For weed harvester.
when it comes out.
No, there's
yeah, so
an
we,
agreement pending right now.
Yeah, so
that
we
has a-
locked down the IGA entirely from our point of view, and city attorney helped work with that process. The county is required to formalize the execution of that agreement. I know they had some target timelines in mind. September 24th was a date that they were looking to work against on their end.
Right.
So the good news was there seemed to be a target for them to meet the September 24th deadline, which will allow us the assurance that the IGA executes, and therefore the procurement process can kick off. So that's the next step that I'm aware of, and I think there's a nice pressure to make that possible.
Very good.
Any other comments? All right, Councilman Molnar, floor is yours.
No report.
Any questions for Councilman Molnar? Councilman Walden, floor is yours.
All right, just some calendar dates, just as reminders. The Fall Harvest event will take place on October 26, 2025, from 3 to 7, followed by Movie in the Park. And the Christmas tree lighting this year will be on December 6, 2025. That's all I have for the recreation. I do want to give a special shout out to the DPW. I saw Director Sant a little more than I wanted to this week. The neighbor had some sewer line work getting done, and her service line was clipped, so the DPW had to come out to replace that. And then the next day, there was a water main break on the other side of my house. So at one point, I had 2 excavators on each side of my house, and shout out to those guys for getting out there quickly and getting those repairs done. And that's my report.
Thank you so much, and echo that. Any questions for Councilman Walden? All right. Moving on to our Parks and Recreation Director report. Parks and Recreation Director cannot be with us this evening, but one update from the Parks and Rec Department is that they did receive the contract back from Wayne County for the $10,000. So I know that was an item that was open, so ball is rolling effectively, and Austin and team, thank you so much for doing that. And with that, we will turn over to our city attorney for his edition of item A.
Thank you. My office received a request from the special investigator to receive a draft copy of the Plant Moran forensic audit. So accordingly, I'm asking council to make a motion if they so want to grant me permission to do so. So the motion would be requesting council to approve my office handing over a draft of the Plant Moran audit to the special investigator for investigative purposes.
Council, that motion be in your court if you so chose.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion by Cox, and Clerk Tomasic, do you feel you've accurately captured that?
Yes.
All right, do we have a second?
Second.
Second by McNabb. Any discussion on this matter? Clerk Tomasic, we'll pass it over to you for roll whenever you're ready.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulnar?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes.
Valentine?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
Motion carried. Anything else on your lane?
That's all I have. Thank you.
Any questions for our city attorney? All right, DPW Director Sant, floor is yours.
Okay,
You got your item E and F as added.
all right. First item is motion to approve electrical work for the Island Drive sump pump power. We have a sump pump on Horse Island, and it's located in a existing catch basin. It's more of a nuisance pump. The meter and disconnect were located on the resident's garage. The garage was damaged in an accident and was reconstructed, at which time our meter was removed. The meter and disconnect along with the power needs to be reinstalled for the sump pump. GLK Electric, our service contractor for this work, has priced it. DPW will dig the ditch. We'll get started on it as soon as it's approved. Financial cost is $1,009.14. The estimate's attached.
So council, the motion be in your court to approve electrical work for Island Drive sump pump power.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion by McNabb. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Walden. Any discussion on this matter? Clerk Tomasic will have you call roll whenever you are ready.
Mulnar?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes.
Valentine?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Motion carried. John, back to you.
Okay. My next action item is a motion to approve approximately $51,375 for noted concrete replacements. No concrete replacements for city water main breaks have been done in 3 years. The list has grown to 7 locations now, and they're mainly driveway approaches and concrete curbs. Red line investigation is a combination of 10 driveway and sidewalk repairs and replacements. Also included sidewalk replacements up by Parsons and adding a sidewalk section to connect the fire sidewalk to the Middle Gibraltar Road sidewalk, along with replacing the damaged ADA sidewalk section. There's also some concrete replacements to be completed at City Hall and the community center before asphalt paving is started. Ready to start any time here. Actually, we're going to start saw cutting this week. Fiscal impact is $51,375. And I got my list attached with cost for each item.
So council, motion would be in your court to approve, I would say up to $51,375 for specific concrete replacements. Anybody in council want to make that motion to get to work on these concrete repairs?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by McNabb, do we have a second?
Done.
Second.
Second by Wood. Just for the sake of discussion, I think we alluded to this earlier. John, I just want to thank you for taking inventory. I know Councilman Cox, shout out to you. Treasurer Fonte, shout out to you. I know many parties have helped lean in with expertise in this lane to get to work on much-needed repairs of concrete around our community. So, Finance Director McEwen, thank you for unlocking the funds.
I was actually gonna say shout out to John for like coming into my office and working with me to try and figure out what we could and couldn't do.
There's more work to do. These were the ones that were vetted, prioritized, and supported financially. There are more, but we're working through the details on those to make sure that we've exhaustively reviewed them before we put them back through council. Any further discussion? Clerk Tomasi, whenever you're ready, we'll have you call roll.
Schumate?
Yes.
Valentine?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulner?
Yes.
Motion carried. Back to you.
Okay, my next motion is to approve the repairs to the Vector truck from Downriver Bus. Vector truck's a 1998 Ford with 10,559 miles. Steering box on the right side started leaking, and we found a seal was leaking. We took it in for that repair. When the shop started to install the seal, there was excessive pitting noted around the seal area, and installing the new seal did not work. Truck needs a new steering box. It's in the shop right now. We're out of business without it. Fiscal impact is $2,013.46, and we could have used that truck Saturday night. We were waiting for Miss Dig to find a gas line.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by McNabb to approve repairs to the Vector truck from Downriver Bus Repair, and a second by Cox. Any discussion on this matter? Clerk Tomasi will have you call roll whenever you are ready.
Valentine?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulner?
Yep.
Schumate?
Yes. Motion carried. John, back to you.
All right. The next one is a motion to approve the repair of the John Deere tractor. It's over at Houston's Equipment. It was a John Deere dealer. John Deere trailer was showing a fault code, and we would then have a power lag. This was happening when we were trying to brush cut and pulverizing the soil at the ball field. So we took it over to Houston's. There's a broken wire to a solenoid causing a fault code. We've got a solenoid valve body leaking, O-rings need to be replaced. And a coupler is leaking oil and needs replacing. The machine also needs an oil change filter and hydraulic filter replacements. Schedule for this is upon approval. It's sitting in the shop right now. Cost is $1,600. The attachments, I had to go over and look at the work myself because their computer system is being upgraded and they couldn't give me a printout.
Council motion would be in your court if you so chose to approve the repair of the John Deere tractor at Hudson's Equipment.
I'll make the motion. Second.
Motion by Cox, second by Valentine. Any discussion on this matter? Clerk Tomasi will have you call roll whenever you're ready.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulner?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes.
Valentine?
Yes.
Motion carried. John, you can now take on your new item E, which is that asphalt seal coating and crack fill.
Item E is a Motion to award asphalt seal coating and crack fill to CB Asphalt Paving. Roads in the cemetery need to be recoated and crack filled to help extend the life of the existing asphalt surface. This work was competitively bid, and bids were received on February 19th. Of the 4 bidders that were asked to bid, only 3 were received, and low bid, which was per scope of the project, was CB Asphalt Paving. Upon council approval, the contractor will be notified and the work is scheduled. Cost is $1,750, and I've attached CB's bid, the request for bid work description, and a bid tally.
Just one technical, was it September 19th is when we received the bids, correct?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, September 19th.
Council, motion would be in your court to award the asphalt seal coating and crack fill to CB Asphalt Paving.
Make that motion.
Motion by Molnar, is there a second?
Second.
Second by McNabb. Council, any discussion on this matter?
I'd just say that they just did a nice-sized project for me, and I'm exceptionally satisfied with their work. I think I've probably left 5 Google reviews in my entire career, and they got one of them. So I'm pretty happy with their professionalism and their tidiness and their attention to detail when it comes to all the prep work. So I think we'll be satisfied with them. Looking forward to them, seeing them do the work here.
Thanks. Any further discussion on this matter? Clerk Tomasic will have you call roll whenever you are ready.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulnar?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes.
Valentine?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
Motion carried. And last but not least, item F.
Okay, this motion to approve an invoice from Downriver Bus Repair for repairs that have been completed on the DPW's 2018 Ford pickup truck. Pickup truck was taken to Downriver Bus for repairs to the turn signals not working, engine warning lights on, wipers not working, and tires. Once they started working on it, turn signal module under the steering wheel was bad and had to be replaced with wiring that had corroded, along with a bad sensor for the engine and the wiper switch module. After these repairs were completed, they tried to reprogram the computer. Another fault code popped up for the engine. This was replaced, and they attempted to reprogram the computer again, and another code popped up for the engine sensor, and an engine sensor was replaced. And it was reprogrammed again. The faults do not show up at the same time. They show up individually as repairs were made. Repairs have been completed. Cost is $3,003.65. I've got the invoice attached and the description of the repairs.
Council, motion would be in your court to approve invoice from Downriver Bus Repair for repairs done on DPW 2018 Ford pickup truck in the amount of $3,003.65.
I'll make the motion.
You have a motion by Wood. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Walden, if I heard correctly. Council, any discussion on this matter?
Just don't plug that thing in anymore. More codes will come up. I'm just kidding.
Why do we continue to use Downriver Bus? I'm sure there's cheaper places like Conway's Auto Care in Rockwood,
We can ask, but
because I know they fixed a lot of my code problems. So I just to consider them in the future,
but
maybe.
for some of the bigger equipment,
Yeah. but
that's
this
their
is a-
specialty, and we take them there because they certify the
I understand that, but this is
Department of
just,
Transportation,
this is just an F-150, Ford F-150, right?
250.
250, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Just consider it in the future, maybe, if you
All
wouldn't
right,
mind.
yep.
Thank you.
It's actually a 350.
And it's a 350.
Any other discussion on this matter? Clerk Tomasic will have you call roll whenever you're ready.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulnar?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes.
Valentine?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Motion carried. John, you hit F today. It's a thorough report. Appreciate all you're doing.
All right, thank you.
Any questions for John? Clerk Tomasic, floor is
No-
yours.
No report.
Any questions for Clerk Tomasic? Treasurer Fonte, floor is yours.
No report, Mayor.
Any questions for Treasurer Fonte? Well, Finance Director McEwen, floor is yours.
That went a lot faster than I was expecting. So for my first item, it's a motion to adopt the resolution amending the notice of intent for the 2023 DDA bond. Please see the attached resolution. I'm expecting to have about $140K left, and would like to have some other practices listed that the funds can be used on. This is kind of just a backup plan because it takes a very long time to advertise out to be able to use the bond funds. One of the things that wasn't included was a community center generator. Flooring at City Hall needs to be replaced, windows at the community center, and I just threw in furniture at both. What I would need is a motion to adopt the resolution amending the notice of intent for the 2023 DDA bond.
So council will be looking for a motion to adopt the resolution amending the notice of intent for the 2023 DDA bond.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Cox, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Walden. Clerk Tomasic, you got that captured?
Yes.
Any discussion on this matter? Clerk Tomasic, will have you call roll?
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulner?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes.
Valentine?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
Motion carried. Back to you.
So I will know more after we advertise in 45 days, so sometime in November, December. And then my next item is I need a motion to approve the purchase of 4 new computers for City Hall from CDWG in the amount of $4,362.73. I went with some of the recommendations from ETS, and I also went with some, I discussed with Councilman Walden a little bit about computers. He knows way more than me, so he helped me out quite a bit with this. And I greatly appreciate that. And since we have 4 computers that will no longer be able to operate because they are Windows 10, and they all need to be Windows 11 compatible.
All right. Council, they'd be looking for the motion to authorize this purchase.
I'll make the motion to approve the purchase.
Motion by Walden, do we have a second?
Second.
Second by McNabb. Any discussion on this matter?
It's coming up pretty soon, right? It's gonna.
Yeah, you'll notice that Bruce also has that on the agenda because we're trying to,
October 25th,
yeah.
but according to Google, it's October 14th.
So we're trying.
Staying ahead of the curve.
So that was a blanket question that I had. Does anyone know of any other computers that we're using that are using Windows 10 right now? that we
Probably
might want to think about getting replaced?
Dorothy's in the Historical Museum.
Your museum and the computer may have soon-to-be outdated
Yes.
operation
Yeah,
capability.
that's probably the only one that isn't listed in here. That's the only one that isn't listed in here.
Okay, so we can take that for a review, just so we don't leave that exposed, so we can
Yeah.
consider that. Great question. And Councilman Walden,
That
thanks
is-
for being our resident expert beyond our technical services. We have.
Yeah, no problem.
I appreciate it.
Yep.
All right, any further discussion on this matter? Cool. Clerk Tomasic, will have you call roll?
Mulner?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes.
Valentine?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Hey, thank you very much. We all appreciate that, and that's all I got.
Thank you for everything you're doing and appreciate your presence at Planning and DDA for the sake of all the budgetary considerations and the proactiveness on this most recent resolution. Thank you.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys don't miss me next time.
Yeah, we won't. With that being said, we'll turn it over to Police Chief and Director of Public Safety Bullard.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Council. Since the last council meeting, the police department responded to 144 calls for service, wrote 25 incident reports, had 1 arrest, issued 6 traffic citations, and we had 3 Detective Bureau investigations. Under Gibraltar Police Department news, Officer Bates completed the motor carrier school. He is now certified with the state of Michigan. The police department has not had a motor carrier officer in 20 years. I'm currently in enforcement discussions with the city, as well as data collection. And then I'm also going to be having Officer Bates shadow a motor carrier officer in one of our neighbors. Detective Sergeant Robinson is in his 8th month of staff and command, and he will be graduating next month. Actron Systems has begun installation of all the cameras in the municipal building. They were in the building today and got several cameras installed. I also had a DPW assist me with installing a 3rd TV in dispatch to accommodate all the new cameras. Exfer reset the building phone system, which fixed some crackling issues due to the storm on July 28th. There's still some minor issues with one City Hall phone, which I think I got resolved today per the employee. The Gibraltar Schools installed the lockout boot system tablet and dispatch, and that is up and running. Dispatcher Hillary Moore and Rebecca Jackson completed their Module 1 dispatcher training with Equiture, which is mandated by the state of Michigan. They're both new dispatchers. They've been here for less than a year. Last in my news, Herkimer Radio moved the UHF radio antenna for the weather and flood siren into dispatch from the basement server room. The All Traffic Solutions Report. The 4-week study will be complete in 1 week. It'll actually be complete, it's either tomorrow or Wednesday. I will bring the study results to the next council meeting. Included in my report is the ordinance officer's report. I do have 2 action items. Following up with Amy, Windows 10 will no longer be supported after, according to Google, October 14th, but I believe it's October 25th. ETS advised City Hall and the Police Department they have several towers that need to be replaced. On the Police Department side, we need 2 dispatch computers, 1 ordnance computer, 1 detective computer, and 1 at the East Patrol Desk. And also a 16 gigabyte memory module, which will be utilized in dispatching, and that'll be on a i7 computer, and the other 4 remaining computers will be i5s. I'm requesting to purchase 5 computers for the police department from CDWG in the amount of $4,667.92.
Council, motion would be in your court to purchase 5 computers for the police department from CDW-G in the amount of $4,667.92.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by McNabb, do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Walden, any discussion on this matter? Clerk Tomasi will have you call roll whenever you're ready.
Schumate?
Yes.
Valentine?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulner?
Yes.
Motion carried. Chief, back to you.
Thank you. Action item B, I keep saying on July 28th, the storm damage, but again, due to the storm damage, several systems were damaged in the building. It took down the West Shore Services weather siren. Herkimer was dispatched to the building and temporarily fixed the system. Per Herkimer Radio, the system is old and is only a temporary fix. I received approval from council to move the UHF radio antenna to dispatch from the server room on September 8th, which was approved. And that was moved up in a dispatch on Thursday. The West Shore Services encoder will replace the old Motorola handset telephone and dispatch, which is over 20 years old. I'm requesting approval to purchase 1 VHF radio encoder from West Shore Services Incorporated for the Gibraltar weather and flood siren in the amount of $1,591.
Council, that motion be in your court for the weather and flood siren purchase in the amount of $1,591.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Walden, do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Wood, any discussion on this matter?
I just have one question. So with us purchasing the encoder, this would lead me to believe that, are we responsible for setting off the tornado sirens when there's a warning?
That's correct.
Okay. Just curious. I thought we were on some sort of state system where they did it as soon, like automatically.
It's
but-
manual with, obviously, the dispatch, we're 24 hours, 7 days a week, so, and this obviously is a little bit updated from the older Motorola system.
Yeah, no kidding.
So
Okay.
the telephone.
Yeah, that was a curious question, that's all. Thank you.
Any further discussion on this matter? Clerk Tomasi will have you call roll.
Valentine?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulner?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes. Motion carried. Chief, anything else in your court?
That's the end of my report. Thank you.
Appreciate you and everything you're doing.
Thank you.
Well, Fire Chief Simon's not with us. Sergeant Schaefer, the floor is yours.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. On the report period from 9/4 to 9/17 of 2025, the fire department responded to 27 calls. We had 3 mutual aids received from Rockwood, 2 of those being for car accidents where we didn't have enough ambulances for the amount of patients, and 1 being when we were already on a call, and the other ambulance was in for service. On 9/20, we had a boat fire at the 28,700 block of North Gibraltar at roughly 14:36, so 2:36 in the afternoon. Within an hour, with help from our neighboring communities, Flat Rock, Huron, Woodhaven, and Rockwood. We had the fire extinguished and the boat being pumped out and towed away. I cannot thank them enough for their assistance and their manpower. We were a little light on manpower that day. We only had 5 people with us, but with their help, we were able to get the fire knocked down quickly, so we appreciate that. We have upcoming events for the department. We have our open house on October 11th from 10 to 2. Come out and see the fire department. We should have refreshments and things like that. You get to, kids can spray the hose, and we'll have a bounce house and things like that, other fire safety stuff for the little ones. Let's see. Our trucks will be going through pump testing and DOT testing in the next month to make sure they meet state requirements and will stay in service. As far as those things go, that's it. I have 2 action items for the night. The first one is a motion for approval of payment of Alexaprol overdue invoice in the amount of $3,092.34. This invoice was due in December, and they just reached out to us and said that we still owe them money. So with that being said, we also canceled our services with Lexapro at this time, so we will not be receiving another bill this year from them.
Council, motion being in your court to approve the Lexipol invoice from 12/31/2024.
I'll make the motion.
We have a motion by Walden. Do we have a second?
Second.
A second by Wood. Discussion. Perhaps just for the sake of the situation, obviously this was a historical invoice, and we are obligated to pay that, correct?
Correct.
And we've had discussions with Lexipol on canceling that moving forward.
Yeah, so moving forward, there will be no more invoices from them.
Okay.
Mayor, I think this was an invoice that, in one of our reviews, we felt it needed explanation, and when the fire department took over, they realized that this was something in the past that was exercised but no longer needed,
Great.
so.
Thank you for the clarification. With that, Clerk Tomasic will have you call roll, and assuming there's no further discussion. Great.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulner?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes.
Valentine?
Yes.
Motion carried. Back to you.
The second action item for the night would be a motion from council to approve the purchase of 2 Microsoft Surface Pro Copilot tablets for the use on the ambulances. This would be the purchase of the tablet, a keyboard, and a protective case with them. These computers are used to do our patient care reports while we're on scene with the patients, and also document any other things related to the fire EMS call that we're on. The total for that would be $2,247.06. Like I said, that includes 2 tablets, 2 cases, and 2 keyboards.
Council, motion being in your court to authorize the purchase of 2 Microsoft Surface Pro Copilot tablets for the Gibraltar Fire Department use in ambulances at 224706.
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Cox. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by McNabb. Any discussion on this matter? Clerk Tomat- oh, please.
One question. So I know when we were looking at the Surface Pros for Austin, Amy, maybe you can elaborate. There was something about the software that we use here that Snapdragon wasn't compatible with it.
That's for BSNA in particular,
so it's
so it would
nothing
be a
that they're-
different.
okay.
Yeah,
Disregard.
but you are correct.
Okay, I just
Good memory.
wanted to verify that it wasn't going to affect them.
Just for some clarification, we did look at other tablets like iPads. Unfortunately, iPads don't support our run report program, so we can't use iPads for those.
Thank you. Any further discussion on this matter? All right, Clerk Tomasic, you can call roll whenever you're ready.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulner?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes.
Valentine?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
Motion carried. Anything else from you?
That is it for my report tonight. Thank you.
Really appreciate everything you and the department are doing. Thanks for being here to cover tonight. Any questions? Great. That will take us to unfinished business, for which there is none, so time to hit new business. First item on new business is item A, which is our membership renewal for MML 25-2026. As captured in your packet, We'd be looking for a motion to approve the MML membership renewal for 11/1/25 to 10/31/26 in the amount of $36.39.
Motion to approve.
Motion by McNabb. Do we have a second?
Second.
Or a second by Valentine? Council, any discussion on this matter? Clerk Tomasic will have you call roll whenever you're ready.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulnar?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes.
Valentine?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Motion carried. Next item is going to be item B. I know there was a reference to that earlier, which is 33rd District Court approval of application for waiver and plan.
The retirement fund was underfunded, so they requested this waiver.
Great, so thank you for the background on that. But as captured in your packet and in the email correspondence and reference, council, the motion being your court to approve the 33rd District Court's application for waiver and plan retirement health benefit systems.
I'll make that motion.
We have a motion from Valentine. Do we have a second? Council, do we have a second on this for our 33rd District Court partners?
Second.
Second by Cox. Any further discussion on this matter?
I was just going to let you guys know that this is a common thing, and we're actually going to have to file it as well, just because you have to constantly report that you're underfunded, just to let the public make sure that they are aware that you're underfunded on that, and you have that liability.
Precisely. Any further discussion on this matter? Clerk Tomasic will have you call roll whenever you are ready.
McNabb?
Yes.
Mulnar?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes.
Valentine?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
Motion carried. With that, that will close out new business. There are no tabled and referred items, so we would love to open up our floor to public comment.
Woody, 30126 Adams Drive. You guys, or Austin failed to mention that they had a car show here on the 13th. Had about 85 cars there. The first one in a long time. It's hard to get them back, but we had a good show. Thank you.
Yes,
And
it was.
And I want to thank everybody for that. Yeah, no, incredibly well said, Woody. I know many of us had a chance to go there. What a cool event to have in our city, and I know there's a lot of us that would fully support more of that activity. So thank you to all that made it possible, including Woody yourself as well. Thank you. Any other members of public that wish to
Yeah,
address?
I'd like to say something.
Please.
I'd like to respond to Mr. Dix. First of all. I
Wait,
know-
sorry.
What?
Councilman Mountain, if I may, city attorney, since there was litigation in city matters, I just want to make sure you're okay with this exchange here.
I would advise not to address anything because the threat of litigation was
You can say
made.
these things about me, but I can't say anything to
It's a
him.
platform for public
I'm
comment.
advising, but you have the right to say what you want, but I would advise based
I'll
on
let it go, but
the
just please refer.
threat of litigation was made during his public comments, so
That's
my
my only
advice
watch out,
would be.
Councilman Valentine, is because the city of Gibraltar was threatened with litigation. I would just make sure we are conscious of that.
All right.
But you have a right to speak, so just want to make sure you're clear on that. Any additional members of public that wish to address council this evening?
Wayne Brandon, 30490 South Gibraltar. That barge is still in the canal. It's been there for probably 7 months now, and they've probably been ticketed. And I'd just like to know, that's a business. They charge astronomical fees and stuff, and we shouldn't, they do not live in this city, and they should not be keeping that barge there. I think should call the DNR or whoever we have to get it out of there now, or start finding them daily.
Chief, do you want to comment on that? I know that was a topic that's been raised for enforcement.
You are correct. Several violations were issued, and we're in the process of getting it removed. So hopefully by next week.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Excuse me, if they do any further business in the city, there should be a time limit on what that thing could sit in our canals for.
I know Chief in his
I mean, like
department.
48 hours or whatever like that, in and out.
We do have a city ordinance that it cannot obstruct the waterways. So.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any additional members of public that wish to address council this evening? All right, well, that closes our public comment. I know we have a Lions game to get to, so with that, I would love a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
Clerk Tomasic, please call roll.
Mulnar?
Yes.
Schumate?
Yes.
Valentine?
Yes.
Walden?
Yes.
Wood?
Yes.
Cox?
Yes.
McNabb?
Meeting adjourned. Let's go Lions.
John